All right, welcome to Team Call. It is February 11th, and I'm so excited that you are here to party with us. Let's kick off this recognition, and then we will jump into our guest speaker today, who I'm so excited for. Welcome to the team. First, Shelby, Christina, Jessica, Stephanie, Morgan, Alicia, Paige, Brielle, Ashley, Jessica, Ty, Jennifer, Nicole, Selena, and Kayla. I love seeing new names over here on this welcome board because it means you're taking a chance on yourself. It means you're being brave. It means you're being willing to get uncomfortable and like just start the change for your life. So congrats and welcome to the team. Success Club Rock Stars so far for February. It is February 11th. So please, if you're like, oh, I wish, girl, stop wishing and go do. You have plenty of time and you can totally make it happen. Shout out to Kyra, to Christy, and Kelsey. Y'all have locked it in, and I'm so freaking proud of you. We also have a lot of people on the board. So if you are committed to helping at least just one person get started, go ahead and drop something in the comments. Say me, because that's also hooking them up with a free box of pumpkin spice. Like, mind blown. What to know? You need to RSVP for Elevate Family Outing now. Like, literally go RSVP right this moment. I have to send them the head count on Friday. The event is Sunday from 2 to 4, I think. We got to be there at 1:45. Second thing, in the team page, you can look for the Be the Good donations. It's a monthly thing that we're going to do where we're just collecting donations. This month is for foster bags. So for kids who are in foster care, honestly, if you do not know the system, if you've never seen it, it's so freaking broken. But they have nothing. Essentially, they have nothing. When they have to get up and leave, they have to get up and leave. And a lot of the times, they don't even have a bag to put their clothes in. So the idea is to give them a suitcase, a bag, a backpack, whatever it is, so that they have something to call theirs. They don't even, I don't want to get emotional. They don't even have a home, but at least you can give them the gift of something that belongs to them. But I do want to shout out, last month we did blankets, and I have an entire tote of blankets to donate to One Stop Community Christmas. I'm so proud of you guys, and I'm so thankful that you were willing to donate and help out with that, because it really does make a difference in someone else's life. So thank you for being the good. Team Slumber Party is March 7th. If you are local, we would love to have you there, whether you want to just come for a little bit or you want to be for the whole weekend. We would greatly appreciate just you being there. We have all sorts of goodies to give away. You do need to RSVP to Stacy with $5, and that just covers the dinner and part of the Shakeology bar. We're going to have a taco bar and breakfast Shakeology bar. It's going to be awesome. But that $5 kind of retains your spot so that we know you're going, so that we know that the gifts that we get will actually be put to use, and it helps cover a little bit of that grocery cost. Also, mark your calendars. The team date, or the team call date change, the week of February 24th. I think the 25th is that Tuesday. The team call will be on the 24th instead. So mark your calendar, be on the lookout for that. Upcoming Beachbody events going on right now is Team Cup. I want to know, are you on a Team Cup team? If so, go ahead and celebrate yourself. I want you to be proud of you right here in the chat, wherever that is. I don't know, it ran away. But celebrate yourself for being on a Team Cup, for stepping out of your comfort zone, and say what you think of it so far. Are you loving it? Is it uncomfortable? Like, are you seeing yourself step outside of that comfort zone? I'm super proud of you guys. As I mentioned, free pumpkin spice. The boxes, literally, of the pumpkin spice packets come in the challenge packs for February, so get y'all people hooked up. Literally the best deal. And Super Saturday dates. Mark your calendar. The next one is April 18th, but they already have announced them for the remainder of the year. Find a location close to you. Don't give me the excuse that you did not know about it. Don't give me the excuse that you aren't local here. They're everywhere. And if they are not, you can host your own. Just get some girls together and host your own. But mark your calendars for sure. And then I want to introduce our guest speaker today, Tiffany. She's talking all about believing is achieving. And I had to ask her to be on our team call because seeing her post, seeing her energy, seeing her smile, honestly, is the thing that drew me to her. Seeing just how excited for her own life she is, I was like, all right, We got to know. I want to hear it. I want to see what she has and can share with us. So without further ado, I'm going to stop sharing. And Tiffany, I'm going to let you take over.
Can you guys hear me okay? Yeah. Okay, so I started about 10 months ago, and I started as a discount coach, and I absolutely had no belief that I could do this, right? And that is honestly why I was not successful. And one day I was just like, you know what? I'm going to start showing up like I believe in this business and like I believe in myself. And maybe I'm not a diamond coach yet. Maybe I'm not an elite coach yet, but I'm going to show up with the mindset that I already am. And people, when you show up and you're like not confident, they can tell, right? And that's when you cross the line of selling. And when you show up authentic and when you show up with belief in the products and what you're doing, people are going to want that. And it's absolutely not selling. It is just sharing something that can truly change your life, because I want you to tell me right now if this has not changed your life. We are all here because this has changed our life, and we are all proof of that. So you just have to start showing up with that mentality. You have to start showing up like not ashamed of this, because I think we all get in that mentality of like, this is something that a lot of people don't take seriously. A lot of people like make fun of coaches, right? And they're like, oh, you're just selling Beachbody. Oh my gosh, like everyone's doing it. But if you show up that way, and if you show up like caring about what other people think of you, you're not going to show up as your true self, and you're not going to share your true light to others. And so that's the first thing you have to do. The first thing you have to do is just be like, screw what people think. Like, screw their opinions. Like, up until 2 months ago, I did not want to show up as a coach. Like, I wanted to just be like, oh, I'm doing my workouts, come work out with me. And I wasn't like sharing, like, I am a health and wellness coach. I was just showing up for me, and that's great. But like, no one knew that this is something that they could have. And so then I started showing up as, you know what, I am a health and wellness coach. I believe in this. I believe in myself. Here's the proof. If you don't like it, then I don't really care. And when you show up like that, it just changes your entire perspective. And I want you to think of it this way, like, you already have everything that you dream of. It is already there. God already has your path and your purpose planned out. It is not up to you to figure it out. It is just up to you to show up. And when you start to show up like you already have what you're seeking, and when you start to show up like you already have what you believe is coming to you, it changes everything. And I wish I had this mindset when I first started, because it literally, I didn't have this mindset until 2 months ago. And I have seen so much growth in my business just by showing up with the belief in myself, the belief in the products, the belief in this lifestyle. And that has truly changed everything, absolutely everything. So that is my only regret. I wish that I would have like showed up with this mentality sooner. Let me ask you guys a question for those of you who have video. Who of you guys have not hit Emerald, but that is your next goal? Just wave your hand. Has everyone hit Emerald? Can you guys hear me? Okay. No one's hit Emerald? Okay. One. Okay. So there's no reason why that cannot happen by the end of this week. Absolutely no reason. And here's why. The only key to success in this business is the belief that you can do it. If you do not have the belief that you can do this, you will not do it. You're going to waste time. You're going to look at everyone else and think, well, everyone else is being successful and I never will. If you believe 110% tonight, I will hit emerald by the end of this week, and you continue to tell yourself that, and you continue to show up with the belief and do the work, you will hit emerald by the end of this week. When I decided, I believe that I can hit emerald, and I believe that I can start a boot camp and fill it up with people, it literally happened tenfold. So that is what my challenge would be for you guys, is for you to like literally hit emerald if you have not by the end of this week, because there's absolutely no reason that you cannot do it. Deidre, any questions on that? I could talk forever.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to talk forever. I think the thing that I would want to ask, because you said it was literally a mindset shift. And I think a lot of people, and especially women here on this call, can very much relate to, oh my gosh, I'm afraid of showing up as that girl. I can relate to that because I know that was me in the beginning. I didn't want to be that girl. I didn't want to be the girl who did all the things right, you know, went to college, got a degree at a university, and here I am selling weight loss shakes on Facebook. And I didn't want to be that girl. I was like, no, that's not the right way to do it. That's not what I've always been taught. And so I think a lot of people are really stuck in that kind of mindset of, I'm afraid what they're going to say. I'm afraid I will make them uncomfortable. I'm afraid they're going to judge me. I'm afraid of all these things. You said you didn't really have that mindset shift until about 2 months ago. Can you explain really what the thing was that really made that change for you?
Honestly, I don't know what it was, but I remember like I was just sitting at home, and like this is like literally, this has changed my life. Like back last year, like I was so depressed, like my anxiety was through the roof. Like there were mornings I didn't even want to get up and put my makeup on, and I just thought like I just need to lay in bed all day. And so I was just thinking like, this has changed my life, and why have I not been sharing it more? Because I see so many people going through things, and this can be the outlet that they needed. And so I don't know exactly what it was. It was just kind of like a wake-up call. Like, how long have I been doing this, and why do I not have a boot camp going on? And because I was just so dependent on Kyra. Like every time I got someone, I plugged them into her boot camp, right? And that was good, but it wasn't challenging me enough. And the only reason I was throwing people in her boot camps, honestly, is because I believed that I couldn't do it. I believed that I wasn't capable of running my own boot camp, working a full-time job, and, you know, only being like a newbie coach. And so I told Kyra, I said, Kyra, I want this simply because like I wake up in the morning thinking about it. I go to bed thinking about it. I wake up thinking about it. And I said, how can I be successful today? Like I have all day off. Tell me what I can do. And she said, you need to start a boot camp. And I was like, okay, I can do that, but I don't know how many people I'm going to get in this boot camp. And I was like, no, you know what? Don't even go there. I'm like, push, believe that you can fill the boot camp up. And I literally, that was my affirmation every day. I will fill up this boot camp. I will fill up this boot camp. And I filled up the boot camp. And I just believed that I could do it. And I was like, why not? Like, why can you not do it? What is holding you back? And the truth is, the only thing that is holding you back is you. That's like 110%. And it's kind of like you just have to look in the mirror and like own up to your own shit. Like that's the hardest part about it. But once you have that shift in your mindset and you're like, okay, I'm not going to be the reason that I don't succeed, everything changes.
Well, hot damn, that right there. I'm not going to be the reason I don't succeed. I freaking love that so much. Okay, so you were in Kyra's boot camps for forever, plugging your girls in there. When you were like, okay, I'm going to start this boot camp, you just went balls to the wall, got it done, and just added friends. Yeah. Who did you reach out to when you started?
Everybody. I And I started to just not stress the details. Like, I'm like, it doesn't matter how I'm showing up, just show up authentic, because if people aren't attracted to me, they're not my people. And I had a lot of no's. Like I had a lot of people like very irritated. No, I don't want to do it. No, 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 no. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I'm not going to get my feelings hurt. There, for every no, there's another yes. And it's hard to continue to believe in yourself when you start to have people like tell you no, or you start to have people pass you up. And that's when I kind of felt those moments of doubt coming in. I was like, oh, am I crazy? Can I really do this? Like, am I crazy? I was like, nope, there's going to be a yes with this no. And I just kept sharing. Like, I just showed up authentically. It was messy. Like, no one has a perfect life. And I don't want to ever advertise that, because people who need this more than likely are having financial issues, are having self-esteem issues, are struggling with their marriage, or, you know, whatever. And I'm like, why do I need to show up perfect? And so I just started showing up as myself and sharing and reaching out. And I think the most pull that I had was I decided that I wanted to start talking more about my mental health, like my struggle and my battle with that. And I had never like posted very openly, because, you know, like social media is where we put all our pretty pictures and our perfect little life. And so as soon as I started to be authentic and share that, so many people reached out to me. And like, I woke up and my inbox was full of women who were like, okay, what are you doing? Like, I need something, I need help. And maybe they didn't say yes, maybe they didn't have the finances at that time, but they will circle back around. It's just a matter of time. I mean, I was asked to be a coach, I don't know, 3 or 4 times within the last 5 years. And it just boils down to timing and where people are in their lives. But I just share it with everybody. It's not a secret. I'm not ashamed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Okay, so advice on personal development, because you said this was a lot of a mental shift for you. What are your go-to personal development books, podcasts? What really helped you grow into that aspect? What were the biggest things?
Podcast is my biggest, because like I'm always on the go. I'm always busy. I don't always have time, especially trying to work full time and run boot camps, because you know, I've made a lot of sacrifices. And that's one thing you guys also need to realize. If you want to be successful, you're going to have to want it. Like, you're going to have to make sacrifices. My evenings used to consist of coming home, laying in the bed, watching Netflix, spending time with my husband, you know, whatever. And now when I get home from work, it's like go, go, go on my phone, reaching out to people, getting the next day's boot camp post ready. So it's a lot, but it's worth it. So podcasts are my go-to, because that's literally the only way that I can squeeze it in. Ed Milet is my number one. Yeah. Rachel Hollis. And I love, love, love to get on YouTube. Les Brown. I love any motivational Les Brown speeches. And what I'll do is, like, I just go to YouTube and I type something in. And if I'm in the shower, I'll put my phone down and I'll play Les Brown. And I swear it's like the best shower ever. I'm like, oh my God, this is holy water. And then if I'm in love with that, I share it on the boot camp. So I'm like, hey, I just listened to this. You need to listen to this. So that is huge. When my mental health was bad, I never did personal development. Like, I just was a mean girl. Like, I was so mean to myself. I didn't listen to personal development. I was just constantly at war with myself. But I didn't know that really existed until Beachbody.
I think that's so true for so many people, though. It's like, you don't know until you know. You don't know until you've gone through that. Like, you don't know that it's not supposed to be you beating yourself up in the mirror every single day. You don't know that you're not supposed to look at yourself being like, oh, gross. Like, that's not actually a thing. And I think that's the biggest thing is, like, just getting the opportunity to realize that God made you so magnificent and so perfect in his image, and being able to accept that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yes.
All the feels.
Yes.
Okay, do you have any other big tips or advice that you want to share? Does anybody have any specific questions for her that we want to cover before we hop off of here? You can unmute yourself. You can put it in the chat. Anything?
Yeah, I think, like, just to summarize, don't overthink it. Don't doubt the process. I think so often we look at the bigger picture, like we look at people like Deidre, right? And all we see is their success. And we're like, I want to get there, but you have to remember that that doesn't happen overnight. And there were hours upon hours upon hours, and there still is, that Deidre has put in the work, and we just haven't seen that. And so instead of looking at that as I'll never be capable of achieving that, start looking at it as I will achieve that. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And if you believe that wholeheartedly, you will be whatever your goal is. Maybe your goal is elite, maybe your goal is 2-star diamond, whatever that is. It will be a reality if you truly 110% believe it will be.
I love that. We do have a question in the chat. How many people were in your first boot camp, and was it mostly friends and family?
So there were probably about 12 people. And so they were not really even friends and family, people that kind of lived in the same town as me that I knew from Facebook. And so what I did is I added anybody into the boot camp that I had talked to that were interested. So say maybe there was someone, because this was my first boot camp and I wanted to just try to do it right. Say there was someone that I talked to, but they didn't have the finances. I said, you know what, that's okay. I'm going to send you a sample of the bar workout, just a YouTube sample. Show up with us, see how you like it. And we can always go from there. But I want you to be a part of the community, because people don't see, like, it's not just getting up and working out, it's community and tribe and all of those things. And so there were like 2 people that were not ready to financially commit. And just from adding them in the boot camp and them seeing everyone else show up, it was like huge FOMO. And they were like, I have to get these workouts right now. Like literally one girl, it was payday. It was like midnight. Oh my God, my paycheck just went in and I need to get this now. Like, is this the link? Is it the same link that you sent me? And I was like, yes. But she literally was so skeptical, but just adding her into this nice, pretty themed boot camp and everyone showing up was enough to get her on board. And it was small, but I don't want you to think about how many people. Like, that's not your goal. Your goal is just to help the right people. And so don't worry. Like I was telling myself, I don't care if I have 2 people in this boot camp. Like, that's a little embarrassing. I don't care if it's like 2 people in this boot camp. I'm going to rock this ship, and it's going to be the best damn boot camp that we've ever had. And I wasn't worried about the numbers. I was just like, it's going to be a success no matter what.
I love that, because I do think people get caught up in the numbers and the success and what they think should be possible. And especially like going into big boot camps like that I've built from being here for 5 years. But I think that's so powerful if you can step back from it, because my first boot camp was 3 people. That's it. Like, and there was not even any other like, it was 3 by the hair of my chinny chin chin. So yeah. I love that you say that.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have any other questions for her? No? Okay, so Tiffany, I do have one more question about social media. Do you run Facebook or Instagram? And what do you think is the biggest, I think, help for like creating posts, like knowing what to say, or like just kind of how to market yourself, I guess?
So I primarily use Instagram just because I feel like that's a better platform for reaching out to people. But I share everything, like my stories, I share to Instagram and to Facebook. And I don't really think about, like, I don't go down a checklist. I'll be honest. I know there's checklists out there and I know that they're helpful, but the checklists stress me out. And that's the last thing that I want, is just to stress. I just want to just feel passionate about it. And so in my head, I just try to share things that I think will have impact to people. I do kind of have a routine. Like, I'll wake up, I share my crack juice, I'll share my Zoom call with my boot campers, I'll share my workouts. So that is always a must. Like, you always need to be sharing those things, because if you're reaching out to people, you want them to have seen what you have to offer before you're talking about it, right? So I share all of those things first thing in the morning, and then just whatever my heart like is feeling that day. So like today, I was feeling like this pull towards my faith, right? And that's how I felt all day. And I was like, God, I hear you, I see you. And so I shared that. So it's not something that I completely ever think. And then I at least to like try to get one face, like a Instagram post per day that has meaning. Like, I'm never going to post a selfie and be like, hi. Like, I want, I want my post to have meaning, and I want someone to read it, and maybe that post will speak to them. Maybe tomorrow a post will speak to someone else. So I think it's more about just trying to stay active, make sure you're sharing how this is changing your life, and just make sure that you're sharing things that are valuable to you so that you're reaching the right people. And don't be afraid to share. Like, especially me, I was working, or I still work for the Georgia Department of Corrections. And it's very political, and people are uptight. And I was like, oh, Facebook is like, all of my people that I work with are on Facebook. They're going to make fun of me. And I was like, you know what? I don't care. Like, this is my personal life, and this is a part of my life. And so, just make sure that you're not tucking anything away because you're afraid of what people think.
I love it. And I love how you said that this is a part of my life, because I think so many people draw a line in the sand and say, this is the difference. And it's like you're living two separate lives. Like, oh, here's my fitness, but here's who I have to be around everyone else. And it's like, when you can get rid of that line and realize like, this is just part of you and a bigger part of you, that's so, so powerful. So yeah. Awesome. I love this. This was so helpful. So much good stuff here. So I appreciate your time. I appreciate you just being here with us. And if we don't have any other questions, I am going to see you guys later. Oh, hold on. Times. Don't leave.
Oh, we gotta take a picture or something.
Yep. Let's take a picture. If you can share your video so we can see your beautiful face. Maybe.
I don't know. I'm trying to share. I'm on my husband's laptop, his MacBook Pro, and it's fancy.
I'm not fancy enough for that.
I don't know what's happening.
It's all right. I got a picture. All right, ready? Everyone say cheese. Cheese. Hold on. I realize I took that on. Let me stop the recording.